Hello friends, welcome to Wisdom of Pinnacle YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about access modifiers. Let us have a look on objectives first. Today we'll see what are access modifiers, types of access modifiers, why access modifiers, and at the last we would be summarizing important points related to access modifiers. Now, firstly, let us start with what are access modifiers. Access modifiers are used to define the scope or control the visibility of class and its members or other types like interface and delegates. There are five different types of access modifiers in C Sharp. Now, before starting with the types of access modifiers, we all know that in C Sharp, whatever code is to be written, that is always written inside a class or interface. So, we will try to understand types of access modifiers with respect to class and assembly. Now, what is an assembly? Assembly is nothing but a precompiled code available in the form of DLL or EXE, or we can say it is a set of classes. So, let us start with our first access modifier, that is private. So, if we declare any member as private, then it is accessible within the same class only. Second one is protected. If a member is declared as protected, then it is accessible within the same class and in derived class. The derived class it might be present either in the same assembly or other assembly. Third one is internal. If a member is declared as internal, then that member is accessible within any class, but that class must be present in the same assembly only. Fourth one is protected internal. Now, as the name suggests, it's the combination of protected and internal access modifiers. So, a protected internal declared member is accessible within any class of same assembly and a derived class of another assembly. Fifth and last one is public. So, if a member is declared as public, then it is accessible throughout the project, which means there are no restrictions at all for its accessibility. Now, moving ahead. Let us try to summarize whatever we have seen in the previous slide in a tabular format for better understanding. So now in this table you can see the first column is listing all of the available 5 access modifiers. Then we have two main columns, same assembly, different assembly. Same assembly is again divided into three sub-columns, that is same class, derived class, non-derived class. Different assembly is divided into two subcolumns, that is derived class and non-derived class. And the table contains yes and no values. So yes denotes that it is accessible and no denotes not accessible. Let us start with private access modifier first. So it is accessible only within the same class. Next, protected. It is accessible in same class and in derived class. So the derived class it can be present in the same assembly or in different assembly. Next is internal. Internal, it is accessible within any class of the same assembly but not from different assembly. Next is protected internal. So it is accessible from any class of the same assembly and derived class of different assembly. Last one is public. It is accessible from every class in the same assembly and also from every class in the different assembly. Now, let us understand why access modifiers are needed. Using access modifiers, we try to ensure that we provide security at class level and also to the members of class. So in short, we try to achieve security at our code level, thus ensuring the security to our application as well. Next, access modifiers help us to achieve encapsulation. For this, we make use of private access modifier. So properties are a great example of encapsulation. So properties they encapsulate the private fields of any class. So we expose properties by declaring them as public to the outside of the class thus ensuring that fields are always kept private and restricted to the class itself. Next, access modifiers allow you to define who does or who does not have access to certain features. Here, in short, we try to put restrictions on the accessibility of a certain feature. Now, coming to the last part of today's video. Now, let us summarize few of the important points with respect to default and explicit access modifiers. So, this is a tabular format. Okay, now let us start with namespace. So, namespace they do not take any default or explicit access modifier because whenever you want to use namespace, then that is imported first, and then after that we are able to access the members written inside that namespace. Hence they do not take any access modifiers. Next is class. The default access modifier for class is internal, and we can explicitly apply public or internal access modifier only on class. Next is fields properties method. The default access modifier for fields, properties, and methods is private, and we can apply all of the five available access modifiers on fields, properties, and methods depending on the requirement. Next is interface and struct. The default access modifier for interface and struct is internal, and we can apply public or internal access modifier explicitly on them. The last one is enum. The default and explicit access modifier for enum is always public. So that's it for today's video, guys. We would be seeing the practical implementation of access modifiers in our next video. Thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Wisdom of Pinnacle YouTube channel and motivate our team. Bye and take care.